Hello everyone. Welcome to today's Metal3 community meeting. Today is 9th April 2025, and I'm your host Mohammad Adil Ghaffar. Um, First of all, usual reminders that this meeting is recorded. Um, yeah, and next we can go through these reminders one by one. We don't have like too many people today, only Himanshu, Tomo, and me. And I will try to uh, keep this meeting short. Um, I don't think we need to go through these reminders today. If
No,
just us, yeah.
let maybe just let's ask Himanshu if he has anything in mind.
Yeah, do you have anything in mind, Himanshu, you want to share, you want to ask? Okay. If nothing, we can go. I can just give the update about the release team. If someone is watching this recording, we are ready for PMO release also. All the PRs that we need it for that are merged. So we will soon do the beta release for PMO, and then after that we will do the releases for IPAM and CAPM3 also beta releases for 1.10. This is the update related to that. Okay, Kashif is joining. Uh, Other than that, we can check milestones. Should we check them? Let's see. We can check if there is something because this is a part of the release that we need to check if there is something remaining. So for IPAM, I saw that there was one issue that was still remaining. Um, so this issue was reported by uh, this person, and I have opened a PR for it. We are not fixing this issue because this is a really like edge. This is a edge case. Like if you apply the IP claim, kubectl apply IP claim and then immediately delete it like in few seconds, and not in few seconds within a second. Then you face this issue. Then where there's a chance that there is a leftover IP address. So what I did is I have added a documentation. Um, in the documentation, I have added this a line related to this limitation. I think this should be enough because this is not a realistic scenario. In normal cases, we will not do that. Like within a second, we will delete the IP claim. Uh, I think that should be enough. Also, I tried to get in touch with the reporter and I didn't reply anything. So I think we should be fine with that. This is the only issue that is remaining in the IPAM. Then we can check CAPM3 also if there is anything there. Okay, let's see. This is the task for the minor release. So this we can leave, automate the release. This one, automate release tag and branch creation. This this is done, I think, because release automation is working fine in CAPM3. I don't know. I will check this one if there is something remaining here. Mm, I will check this one later. Then issue template. This is on hold because I think we are still not sure where should we, because basically this issue is like whenever we create a minor release, um, we should have some issue template that we can follow. So right now we are not quite sure where should we put this issue template because uh, our issue template right now looks like um, this. And this has tasks related to CAPM3, DevEnv, IPAM, and all of our projects. And we are not sure in which repo we should put the template. Right now, we are adding it to CAPM3. We are manually creating these issues. About the template, we are not sure. So I think we can just keep it like that. Maybe decide this on the actual issue. We can decide where we should put it. So the thing critical in the CapM3 also that we need to merge for this release. Let's check PMO for 0.10 PMO. I'm not sure about this one. Remove files from the project. Mm, hmm. Let me see if there's. Okay, this seems like it's still in progress. Adam said like he has opened 2 PRs. Um, is there anything else here other than keep alive D? Okay. I will ask Adam to update this issue if there is anything that we need to uh, do for 0.10. Anyone who is in the chat,
Yeah, I think any there's related to the keep alive, there's the issue that what we do with the release branches, because we moved the keep alive out. Should we remove also from the release branches or not?
yeah, we can do that. The supported read branches, release branches, we can remove from there also and do the batch releases. Yeah, it should be. I'm fine with it. Yeah, well, I will discuss it with Adam that because we are close to the release, either we can move this task to
Is there any reason to actually do the same in the release? Well, what's the benefit?
I mean, because we moved it outside of the repository, and keep alive D hasn't seen any changes during the lifetime of either of the release branches we currently have. What would we actually release from there? It just basically would be new tag with the BMO patch, but the content is exactly the same as previous 10 releases.
Yeah, the question was rather removing it, what would it bring as a benefit from the release branches? That was my concern. I mean, we have already removed it in the main branch, and the support of those release branches will anyhow just fade away in time. So if there is
Yeah,
no pressing
but
need
yeah,
on the feature itself, which is why
yeah, but
we did that.
yeah, but for example, the automation will cut the releases for the keep alive D whenever we do patch release, which provides zero value. But on the other hand, it doesn't hurt
Yeah, but
anyone in as well. So I'm
exactly.
fine either way. It's just an open question.
Yeah, I'm more on the opinion of just leaving it as it is, and then over the time we won't need it anymore when the main branch cuts out the minor releases and the older supported branches are just unsupported
Yeah,
at
I
some
can live with that.
points.
yep. Okay. Add please add your comments here too, so we can decide if we want to close this or keep this on issue.
Yeah, I'll add my comments. Yeah.
Okay, let's check the next one. Namespace scoped. This looks like a big issue. which has multiple tasks, I don't think we will be able to do it in 0.10.
No.
Yeah, let's move this to, how do we do that? Let me see. Do I have, okay, here. Okay, let's move it to 0.11. Okay. And this one is Adam was working on this, introducing max size gigabyte, but I'm not sure what is the progress. Has he opened any PRs? Okay, I will ask Adam about this one, and then we can, probably this will also be moved to 0.11. I don't see any PR.
Just move it. It's been opened in 2023, so.
Yep, okay, let's move this one.
Yeah, given the deadline is tomorrow for
Yeah.
0.10.
Yeah, I agree. Then we have ironic image and it. So let's see what we have there. Okay, this is, I'm not sure which one should we check, 30 or 29. In 30 we don't have anything, but in 29 we have two open issues. Probably this one we can discuss later, because we don't have here Ricardo, who is probably know better about the ironic image releases.
I mean, the first one is the one that Adam worked on, and it was merged in 29.
Okay.
But of course, it has portions like to keep alive the read-only, but it was so yeah, and we have backported a couple fixes from Dimitri also to 29. So I think we could just close this. But on the other hand, I don't think we have the manifests done for this yet. So so it's in a weird limbo.
Okay. He said like he's working on this. Maybe let's keep this one. Let's see what he's.
Yeah, I mean it is missing portions, but it is also partially in. So
yeah, let's keep
we
this.
should probably just split this into two, like the file system part is there, but then the manifests and everything should also be done. But
Okay.
yeah, weird.
Yeah, we can keep this one for now. Let's see. The next one is extract configuration generation to init container. Okay. Is this something that we wanted to do in 29, but we didn't move it to 30, or is it? Because if it's not done in 29, maybe we should move the milestone.
No, I don't see any PRs. I think we should just restart the discussion, because it was lively discussion, and like seen, it's been months since the last comment. So.
But we were not able to do it in 29, right? We should move it.
No, nothing was done for 29.
So we should move it to maybe
put it to 30, and let's move it forward again if it.
Yeah, let's move it to 30. This one. Okay, let's check IRSO. What is happening in IRSO? Let's see. Okay, we have a data release. Okay, 0.3 and what is the due date of 0.4? No due date. Okay, I think these are the new releases that are upcoming, and
no, didn't we cut 0.3 already?
Yeah, 0.3 is already done. And 0.3 we have one issue. document releasing process.
Yeah, that can be moved to 04.
Yeah.
He opened the PR, but it was from the obsolete BMO documentation, so it has to be rewritten anyways. And then we also need to apply the new automation, which is not reflected in this documentation. So I think we planned for maybe even 04 being the old style YOLO release, and 05 would be one with done with the actual process. So, but yeah, 04 is fine for now.
Okay. Okay. Um, yeah, I think by this we are done with all of the repos. Let's see what is in the checklist. Yeah, I think these are the things that we are already done when we were checking these
Hey,
repos.
sorry, have we discussed IPAM? I joined 5 minutes late.
Yes, yes, yes.
So I had one issue created for adding acquiring a specific IP related
Mm-hmm.
feature. Had we
Okay.
discussion around that?
Yes, it's in IPAM, right? Let me just
Yes,
quickly
yes, I
get this.
third one.
Third, this one. Okay. Yes, what is the
So
question? You can talk, yes.
uh, so basically, uh, we had a use case where if we want to acquire a particular IP from a IP pool, so since there was no workaround for that, so I had raised this feature request for allowing to acquire a specific IP from an IP pool using IP address claim or IP claims. So we had a discussion around that, and Pepe, I think, suggested that we can use something like labels. So I had one round of implementation for this in my local, and I'm using it for a while, more than a week now, and it seems to work as expected for me. So for this, I was asking if we can move it to try as accepted, and I can help contributing it back if in the release.
Yeah, feel free to open up here. I don't completely sure what how are you adding the label, but feel free to open up here and we can obviously we can review it and you can open up here whenever you want. Yeah. I think
Sure. So do we it has it need to move to try as accepted or something, or is it fine?
is it not tried and he's tried, okay. I can move it to this try accepted.
Sure. And one more clarification, like since we are moving away from IP claims, right? We are going to deprecate them and mainly rely on IP address claim. So I was mainly focusing on giving this feature only for IP address claim. So that is fine, or shall I also include IP claim?
um I think for now maybe it's better to do for both because
Sure thing.
yeah,
Sure.
but yeah.
Just
Yep.
keep in mind that we are actually swaying away from maintaining too much in the Metal Cube IPAM for the sake of actually using the KPI IPAM. Currently, we have only
Right.
one use case which is very specific to Metal Cube, and that is the pre-allocation of the IPs. And that is very bare metal specific, and the KP hyper maintainers were not seeing any particular use of that. That's why they are actually not so eager to take it in. But on that note, I just wanted to highlight, I haven't actually read through your issue very deeply, but then just to note here that it would be also good to check that if this is a use case that the KP IPAM people would also be happy to actually accommodate, then it would be easier for us to also then, or for you, for example, to actually take it from the KP IPAM instead of Metal Cube. But of course, if this is a very, a Metal Cube IPAM specific feature, we can actually then, of course, also contribute it here.
So like actually we also have a KPI related use case only for which we are building this. So for example, let's say you want to, provision a cluster or something like that. And for example, in our case, we want to provision a Kubernetes cluster. And for that, let's say a user want a specific control plane IP. So we are building something around that. And let's say user specifies that from the given CIDR or, from given uh, range, he or she wants to have a particular IP as a control plane IP. So that was the on high level our use case for which we needed a specific IP to get acquired from the IP pool.
But shouldn't it
So
actually also be already possible using the Kuberium control plane endpoint in the KEPI? Or that's where we actually provide the control plane IP that should be there.
correct, but
Currently,
it
we
has
are.
some dependency over
Mhm.
user providing and doing it at a stage where it is not possible to do that.
And
And
you have the
that
later use
pre-allocation thing.
case.
Correct. And the pre-allocation thing that we do, right? That is, I feel that it also does the same thing, but it's a add-on step where you are already where, like, for example, this requirement of acquiring a specific IP comes in between. So pre-allocation, I
Okay.
think, works fine when you are, at the time of IP pool creation, you are sure that I'm going to need this IP in the future. But if it's a dynamic case where you want a particular IP to get acquired on fly, so I think there should be a support for that. And
And
so
how do you decide that what is that particular IP on the fly?
that will be a user input. So for example, so we have a kind of managed cluster kind of a use case where customer onboards their machine and they set up their network interfaces. So
Yeah.
once this
My question was rather that when you are setting up the CAPI cluster,
mhm,
you don't. Is it so that you don't know at that moment what should be the control plane endpoint IP, and you only know it in a later stage?
correct, yeah,
Is that so?
right.
Okay. 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 I'll definitely check back your use issue and comment back if I have some more questions. But
Yeah,
looks
sure.
like a
Thanks.
valid use case. Yeah.
Uh,
Yes.
if
Yes.
we have 2 minutes more, I also had created one issue uh, in the IPAM only. I maybe wanted to understand whether I'm missing something in that, or is it you know something that we are doing on purpose. Yeah, first one only. So what I've observed, right? So if you're creating an IP address claim or IP claim, and let's say it gets stuck because of some error. Let's say IP pool has been exhausted, or for any reason it is stamped with an error. So now, let's say your first IP address claim is stuck in error. Now, when you create another one, since IP pool for for a particular namespace, IP pool checks all the IP address claims under that. So it keeps failing because of that first IP address claim that is in the error state, and it does not even go to the second one and does anything.
Yeah, it seems like
So So
like
like we have a check where we ignore an IP address claim only when it has an IP address assigned to it. But we should also ignore an IP address claim if it is in an in an error state. But since it does not do that, it again goes for allocation logic, and it again throws that error and process gets terminated. So this one I
Can
wanted to
you
understand
provide
whether
a
this is
bit more
yeah,
log? I
sorry.
mean, your description seems like it is actually a proper bug, but it would be good to also have some controller logs and
Sure.
reproduction so that we can actually
Sure. I
check.
will add more details to it.
Yep. Thanks a lot.
yeah,
And just to let you know, we actually do this issue triaging bi-weekly. So this week we were only discussing about the milestones, and then the
Yeah,
next
yeah.
week would be
Sorry,
then
just
again
I
the issue tracing.
since
No, no, it's
we
fine.
were
It's
talking about
fine.
IBM.
No
Yeah, yeah.
problem. And the way if I don't know if it is the first time you have joined the community meeting or
Yeah, this is. Oh, I remember
okay,
seeing this that we only discuss bi-weekly, but yeah, I
okay.
just brought up the point
Um,
to just
no
had
worries.
this curiosity.
Of course,
Sure, I
yeah.
will
We can
discuss.
always
I will.
have it in the discussion topic also, and then we discuss. So there is no harm in that. But I just
Fine.
wanted to know
Thanks.
about you because I was not previously in the meeting when you were there. So can you maybe shortly tell about your company and which use cases you have usually for Metal3?
Uh, so I'm from Microsoft. So we are building a basically a R connected cluster related product. So for that we have a use case where we want in between we want an IPM logic to kick in and allocate IPs from given network interface. So for this we basically explored multiple option and since we were already using CAPM3 stack uh, in our product, so we explored it more and found it suitable for our use case. That was the one feature that was missing. I think I already created a feature for it because I was exploring other IPM products as well, and we had few in-house products as well. So from
Mm-hmm.
an IPM perspective, this acquiring a specific IP feature looks like a very you know must-have use case kind of a thing to me.
Yep, yep. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. And if you're not aware, it would be also great if you have used Metal Cube and you benefit from Metal Cube to also add your company's name in our adapter list if it is okay with your company.
Yeah, yeah,
And
definitely.
it is a great boost for the project itself. As you know, the project is currently under the review for incubation. It would be really great to have more people show up the support for the project.
Yep, definitely. I will bring up this
Thank you.
with my.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. Thank you, Kashif. Thank you, Sahid. Yeah, I yep. This is the adoptions list. You can check from here. In our meeting docs, you can in the Metal3 IO community, and you can open up here if you want to add your company there. That would be nice. I will also check your issues. I haven't like read them, so I will check both of them and add some comments there. So this one also, second one that you discussed, it does seem like a valid issue. So I will check this myself.
Got it.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
yep. Otherwise, I think we are done. Is there anything else that anyone want to discuss? Any question, any problems, any improvements? Yep, if nothing, we can close the meeting. Thank you everyone for joining. See you next week.
Thanks, Adil. See you
Thanks,
next week.
Adil. Bye.